Okay, and we are live right now on our CPI Ambassador podcast. We are glad that you joined us from far and near. I don't know where you are, but we're glad that you joined us. Uh, so, as you join us today, before we even start, we have some students here that are going to give us some great topics, and they're actually going to lead this conversation as we go through our CPI podcast this semester. And so, my name is Mr. Du. I am the coordinator of experiential learning and coordinator of international programs. And I've been, given the opportunity to be over these students, supervise these students as CPI ambassadors. And so we have some students up here, like I said earlier, and we want them to introduce themselves. Osaya, I want you to go first. Genesis, you can go second. Kamaya, and then Cheyenne. Let's go.
Well, hey, how y'all doing? My name is Osaya Rivers. I am currently in my junior year at Voorhees College. I'm a child development major. I'm currently studying to be a police officer, and one of my favorite things to do is kind of just hang out with my friends, to be honest, chop it up with them.
Good deal. Genesis.
Hey, I'm Genesis. I'm a junior majoring in psychology. I'm currently going for a police officer, but we'll see how that goes. In my free time, I sleep because I don't ever sleep anymore because of work.
Okay. Okay.
Good afternoon. My name is Kamaya. I am a sophomore, and my major is business administration. And I currently want to be a business administrator. And what I do in my free time, I just hang out with my friends.
Okay. Last but not least.
Hello, I am Cheyenne Blakely, and I am a senior at Voorhees College, and I am a child development major. And my favorite thing to do in my spare time is, I guess, I don't know, try new things.
Okay, so let's talk about this, right? This new virtual phase of learning has been new for everybody, right? It caught some of us by surprise. It caught some of us by semi-surprise because we kind of felt it coming, but we never saw the true impact of it. So let's just talk about it for a minute. How has it been for you? Anybody can take this first. How has it been for you as a student, just adjusting to going from on campus to off campus? Come on.
It has been really overwhelming. I wish I can go back to school, but we can't. But it has really been overwhelming for me.
Okay. It's been overwhelming. That's one. Genesis, I saw you had your hand up next.
For me personally, it's a little just too much because even when we were on campus, a lot of the instructors didn't know how to use Canvas, and us being at home doesn't make it any better because a lot of them are still struggling to use Canvas. So it's kind of hard to go in and get work done when you can't really find anything. It's like you find it, but it's just a lot of confusion for the most part, honestly.
Gotcha. Okay. Osai?
Me personally, I've been blessed with having teachers that know how to use Canvas. And when I was on campus, I was already I only had one, maybe two in-person classes anyway. So it's kind of just been the same for me. I've been doing just fine, to be honest.
Good deal. Last but not least, again.
Oh, okay. I feel like it's impacted me in a way, I don't know, I feel lazier for one. And yes. And two, I just feel like, I don't know, it's overwhelming. They just pile a lot of work on you at once.
Gotcha.
Relax. But, and also it's just I don't know, I don't like it.
Got you. So you said two things that
also
okay. Also
I did remember it. Oh, I forgot it again.
Okay. If you remember it, just let me know. This is a virtual discussion that you guys are allowing me to be a part of, right? So you said two things, Cheyenne. Actually, there was a common word that you all used. You used overwhelming. And Cheyenne, you said you thought you have gotten lazier. And so that brings us to our topic today, right? Time management. Let's talk about time management for a little bit. Let's talk about how have you guys been doing with your time management. So answer this question for me. What does time management mean to you? When you hear those two words, time and management together, what does it mean to you immediately? Kamaya, tell me what it means to you, time management.
Time management means to me is there's no right or wrong answer, right?
No, I mean, it's your answer.
Okay, well, I feel like, for one, let me say this. I don't have time management. I don't know how to manage my time. I don't know how to do that. So that's what I think it is. Managing your
Okay,
time, being
gotcha,
organized.
gotcha.
I don't feel
Okay,
like I'm doing it.
that's a good answer. Diane,
I feel like managing your time is just basically like um planning out your day maybe and getting things done at the time that you said you were gonna get it done, so everything can be done, you know,
no, I got
and being on time, actually being on time, and you know.
okay. So Osaya and Genesis. I know Diane and Kamaya did really good about giving the actual definition of it. But I want you guys to talk about what time management personally means to you. When you hear that phrase, how does it resonate to you? Do you think about a moment in your life where you're like, ooh, horrible time management, or now I have more of it? What moments personally in your life do you think about when you hear time management? Either one, you can go first, Osai or Genesis.
Me personally, when I hear time management, I just really think about self accountability now. Like before, I was kind of like everybody else. I would slack off a little bit and wait till the night before to do an assignment that I've had 2 weeks to do. But now, especially with this whole pandemic going on and being at home and having more free time, I'm trying to hold myself to a higher accountability and get stuff done and be proactive when I get stuff. So really just a lot of self-awareness and wanting to do it, wanting to go get the education, wanting to, like, even in your job, self-accountability, wanting to get up and go to work to get the money, just a lot of.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. Great point.
I don't know. For me, it's kind of the same, but it's not because I try to get my work done. I like to be on time with my work, if not ahead, so that I don't have to worry about it later. But there's just no sense of time anymore. Every day is kind of the same, even if it's not meant to be. So with the time management, it can be really hard to get it down, especially if there like is no sense of time. Because with
Mm,
the pandemic, every day kind of just seemed like the same. It's like get up, go to work, and then with school coming back around and it being online, it can get really hard to remember to throw it in.
mm.
So I don't know.
No, that's a good point. And with you saying that, you literally bring me to the very next question. And Kamaya, I want you to start us off with this. Uh, the question is, what tools have you been using to now combat that time management? Because Genesis said a lot of things that were very important. She said there's like almost no sense of time. Every day seems like the same day if it's unintentional. But what ways have you combated, this time management piece? Have you gotten up earlier, or do you go to sleep later? What is your day look like? What does your priorities look like? So what tools have you been using, Kamaya?
Well, on my free time, I don't really like. I do my work and stuff like that, or I get up early in the morning to do my schoolwork, and then like for like the rest of the week, I don't have nothing to do. So I just
Mm.
get up and do it, get it out the way, so I don't have to worry about it later.
So you literally knock it out early. You knock out
Yeah.
the whole book
If
of
they
it.
assign, say like if they assign you something Sunday night, they assign your classes. They do it like every week. So if they sign like the fifth or sixth week on a Sunday, I just get it out the way
Mm.
and then
Okay.
turn it in.
Okay. I like that. I like that. Cheyenne, what has been some tools that you've been using?
Um, Honestly, you know, like it's kind of hard for me for time
Mm-hmm.
management. It's kind of been hard for me because I know everywhere I go, I'm going to be the last person, or I'm just going to be late. Like that's just how I am. been working on it, and like, for example, like with my job, sometimes I just don't want to go. So I'll just sit in bed and be like, man, I don't want to go. But then I got to think about the money.
Uh-oh.
That money is the motivation.
Uh-oh, there we go.
We got to get motivated somehow. So that's what gets me up to go to work.
So your personal motivation, one of your tools is the money.
Yes.
The grind, as some people might say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got to grind to get that money.
Okay, got to grind to get. So that's your motivation. Kamaya has some motivation. You have some motivation. So Genesis, tell me, what tools have you been using to really just combat this time management? Because I know there's no sense of time, but
No.
what tools kind of allow you to readjust, reacclimate?
Sticking to a schedule. Like even though there isn't really much you can do with the time, there's still things that I do daily that I don't let drop from my routine. Like I still get up and I check my emails in the morning, or I'll get up and I'll see what assignments have been. But I hate hearing my phone because it's just a really obnoxious sound. So recently I've been having to put my phone on vibrate so that I can like see how long I'm gonna be up once I get home from work doing homework. And it kind of gets irritating because it's like, okay, it just keeps buzzing. And then the work just keeps coming. It's crazy. Especially with us being online, there's just more work now, it seems like, because they're able to upload it all at once and then just leave it there. So
yeah. So, but you said something really good when you started talking. You said that every day you get up and you still check your emails. You try to have a set schedule, right? So that statement is super important because now, as you said earlier, days seem like they're the same, even if it's unintentional. But you still said, outside of the days being the same, I'm still doing the same regimen. I check my emails, and so now this gives me a way of like having a committed thought or committed, effort to doing one thing, and that now provokes you to be disciplined.
Right.
So
because you do have to work on it because there's no one else here to do it, especially with us being at home. We have to take the accountability ourselves and be like, okay, I have to get this done regardless of what else is going on. So
yeah,
it can be tough, but
yeah, no, but that's a good point though. A lot of people need to know that, it is really beneficial to have a schedule even in the pandemic. That's good. Shane, you want to say something?
I remembered what it was.
Okay.
I don't learn anything. Like I
Okay.
feel like I'm not learning anything online. That's what it was.
Got you. Okay. So you want to go more towards the comprehension side of school. I got you. Okay. Okay. Osai, let's go to you next. What tools have you been using?
Me personally, I've just been, using myself as a tool per se. Like we're paying all this money to go to school. Like not everyone has like, full ride or scholarships. Like so eventually some people are going to have to pay this money back to the government. So it's like, you can waste your time and waste thousands of dollars that you're still going to have to pay back with interest, or you can actually go and get the education. So, I mean, really it's all up to each individual person, whether or not they want to, get the education. And I don't want to like get like too like political, but that's like in everyday life. Like you see a lot of stuff going on now, and it's just like, yes, a lot of stuff could be handled better, but again, we got to take, self accountability into the equation too. Like what could we have done different to, not be in the situation or to be in a better situation,
So you sound like you've been having a lot of moments of reflection,
yeah,
and introspection since the quarantine, because you said literally using yourself as a tool. You don't hear that too often. People go and say they want to read books, they want to go to sessions, but they never say I want to actually use myself. So delve into that a little bit more for me, and how you literally use yourself as a tool, because some people may say, "Oh, sorry, say using yourself as a tool." What does that actually mean?
Like, just trying to get on top of things. Like before, like I said, I would wait till like the last second, but like to piggyback off like what Kamani would say, like if assignments were posted on Sunday, go knock them out Sunday, Monday morning, you know, just get it out the way, try to be proactive with things and put yourself in the best situation to succeed in school and in everything. Like, you know, I hate to, you know, be that guy, but, you know, you don't want to have bad run-ins with, you know, like police per se. Don't be out robbing people. You know what I'm saying? Don't be out doing crazy things. Same thing with school. You want to, you know, get education, live a good life, you know, pursue the American dream, you know, go to school, be proactive about it, get your education. So, you know.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. Y'all really giving some good answers, man. I think that somebody will be able to look at this video later and say, you know, Kamaya, Cheyenne, Genesis, and Osai has some good information. So look, we're about to come up on the final minutes of our discussion, right? And so you all have said a lot of points, you gave a lot of information, and I want you to talk to some of your colleagues virtually right now. I want you to just envision that they're literally watching this right now. And what is some advice that you would give them in this new virtual phase? If they're like, hey, I don't know how to have time management. It's overwhelming. I want to give up. I don't want to go to school anymore. This is not my time to go to school. I can't learn. What advice as a leader, because you're now ambassadors, right, of the college. So as a leader that's out in the forefront, what would you say to your colleagues right now?
Who's going first? Oh, you
Come on, you can go first.
What I would say to them is just get it out the way. And like Osai was saying, like some people like gotta pay for that back, like pay it back. So like I think you should just take it serious, get it out the way the first time, so you don't have to, you know, come back.
That's good, Kamaya. Wait a second. You just said something really good just then. Let's go back and pause for a little while. You said and get it right the first time.
Yeah.
How important is it to get something right, accomplish something, turn it in right, do it correctly the first time? Talk about it just a little bit before you move.
I mean, you kind of like, I don't know, just get it right the first time. I mean, just if you need help, ask for the help. You know, if you know if you're confused or something, some teachers haven't been texting a lot of students back. I mean, maybe add someone that's been in the class before that can probably help you and, you know, give you a little feedback on what you're trying to understand and stuff like that. So just try to, like, as best as you can, put your all into the work. Don't just do some of it, because it's like you're not really learning nothing. Like, you gotta understand and stuff like that. You can't just like, oh, I'm gonna just do the work, and you don't even know what you learn.
Yeah. So a huge point I think you're also saying too is use your resources.
Yes.
Right? Because using your resources allows the comprehension that you aren't getting to now make sense, right? And so if I use my resources, if I have Cheyenne that's in my class, I'm like, hey, Cheyenne, I'm texting you. Do you understand this? And you're like, yeah, I understand a little bit more, you know, now. And so you guys collaborate, or, you know, you kind of go the extra mile so you can get it right the first time. That was a really good statement.
And if you gotta, I know this is not good, but if you gotta like cheat, at least you know if you cheat.
Oh, wait a second.
Look, but listen, at least you know. Listen,
wait a second.
If you cheat, at least you know that you know what I'm saying, it's right. You know what I'm saying? Like, say if you get it from a person before they had the previous class before, and they got 100%, and your mother paying for this, your mom and your dad paying for this, and what you gonna do? And if she got 100%, why you just don't copy her? If you really don't understand, that's the last thing you should do. If you don't understand. Right. At the first thing, make it the last thing to do, because you gotta understand your mother gonna beat you behind when she see that your grade ain't right. You got 60% in class. I'm just saying. I
got you. And so we're gonna take a quick commercial break, everyone. This is the CPI podcast. I had to take Kamaya off the video really quick. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. We're gonna bring her right back on, but we are not promoting cheating. However, we are promoting educational opportunities, and that our students will advance and they will be the brightest students. So we're going to just take a quick commercial break. This is the CPI Ambassador Podcast, and we are naming it Good Trouble. And so we want to get all of our students in good trouble. So we had to take Kamaya for a second, and she'll be right back. Thank you. And that is our commercial for today.
Yes.
Hey, Kamaya, welcome back.
Yes.
All right, so let's talk about advice again. Let's talk about advice. Genesis, I want to hear from you. Your colleague is saying that I need some help. I'm struggling, but I see you are a leader, right? I saw your video that you did in the summertime. I saw that you've been in the forefront, and obviously you have something that I don't have. And so how can I now adjust? How can I now pivot, right? How can I now pivot so that I don't expire during this time of quarantine? So talk to me.
Pivot so you don't. Can you explain that for me?
So pivot in the sense of how do I readjust myself? Because we were on campus, but now we're virtual. So how do I now still be the best student that I can be? How have you been doing it?
Oh, this is terrible. I'm not gonna lie. This is not it. I can't. The online school, I can't do it only because I'm the type of person that has to sit down and listen to someone explain things. So
Okay.
I can sit in a class and listen to someone talk all day, but having to look at a screen and go, I've been reading the same sentence for at least an hour. That's
Gotcha.
just one. That's just one. But I mean, adjusting is hard.
So
You
let me
can't
ask this
really.
question. Let me ask this question before you continue. If your colleagues said they want to give up today, what would you say to them?
Oh, don't do that. Someone told me I'd be making the worst decision of my life if I gave up. So, I mean, you have to look at it like that sometimes. Sometimes you might be making the worst decision of your life. You have to get to that point, though. And I know that sounds bad, but sometimes you have to get to that point where it's like, okay, are you going to do it or are you not going to do it? And if you sit down and go, I'm not going to do it, you can't get mad at what happens after that because you sat there and chose not to do it. But that's also why you gotta not necessarily act off of impulse, but sometimes you have to sit down and think it through. And even when you think you've come to a certain conclusion, sit down and think it through again because it might come out differently. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. But at least know that you're trying and that you tried and that you're still trying. So even if school isn't your best route, don't just do nothing.
That's good. I like that. I like that. Cheyenne, what advice would you give to your colleagues? They're like, hey, Cheyenne, I want to give up. It's hard. I see that you're in the podcast, so you must be doing something right. I see that you were motivated to apply to something in spite of the pandemic. So what advice would you give me or your colleagues? Talk to us right now.
Like I said before, money is the motivation. I mean,
Money is the
you get through
motivation.
school, yes, you get through school, you get a nice career, big bucks, make
There
the
you go.
chicken cluck. There you go.
There
Like,
you go. There you go. Big butts. Do what now?
make the chickens cluck.
Remember that, everybody. You got to remember that. That was a good one. I like that.
Yeah, I know.
That's
And
pretty cool.
also with time management basically molds your career in the future. So
Good job. I like that. Osaya, close us out, man. What advice would you give the listeners right now? They have reached out to me. Let's give an example. They've reached out to me and say, hey, Mr. Dude, I seen that guy Osaya Rivers and he's out in the forefront. What is he doing? Right? What is he doing to adjust? Because I'm not doing it right. I don't have the formula, but I think that he knows something that I doesn't. What would you say to them?
I would just say just try to hold yourself to a higher standard, like want to be great, want to do something in life. Don't just sit back and, take the back seat and, try to scrape by when you can, because anybody can do that. I mean, like anybody can, like if I wanted to, I could sit back and turn in 1 out of 3 assignments, get the 60 and hopefully maybe I'll get a 50. Maybe one of my teachers will show love and give me a point that I need, or I can go out and try to make the best of a, situation that isn't the best and, make it work.
Yeah. So hold yourself to a higher standard. That's a good comment. That's a good statement. Hold yourself to a higher standard. I think a lot of times, students, we kind of get comfortable, where we've all been there. It's like, doing the bare minimum is okay. But when you get around people like yourself, ambassadors, that will probably be global ambassadors one day, you like, oh, Osaya is holding himself to this standard. Let me go to that standard too. So I think what goes into that is the circle that you surround yourself with. And so let's talk about it another day. Let's not go into that conversation. Let's talk about your circles next week or the week after that. So We're going to end our discussion today, but want to thank you all for joining us. Does anyone have anything else they want to share before we close? Any last remarks? Any greetings? Anything you want to shout your family out? I'm joking. You don't have to shout your family out. But anybody have any last comments? Good?
Yeah.
All right, so thank you for joining us. As you watch this video, we need for you to share it. Everybody say share at the same time. 1, 2, 3. All right, y'all mute. Sorry. Let's unmute. Let's try that one more time. Unmute. There you go. Let's
Mute.
Here we go. All right, here we go. So everybody say share at the same time. 1, 2, 3.
Share.
All right. It wasn't a team, but it's okay. So we need for you to share this video because this is the CPI Ambassador Podcast, and we're calling it Good Trouble. Because John Lewis said that if you're going to get in any trouble, you can get in good trouble. And so John Lewis, we're shouting you out, and we're doing this on behalf of those that need some good information. They need some good educational, thought-provoking, educational, and something that can be really, really, really relevant. And so we're doing it in this podcast. We'll see you soon. See you next week. Tune in again. We got some dope speakers. We got some good speakers right here, our students. We'll see you soon.